maybe try and go sub 150 on this track. You can see just how smooth he looks right now. It's all Andres Arroyo going 4:04:45 in the 1600 earlier this year, and then World Cross Country representing Puerto Rico. Arroyo, this is going to be something special. 1:47.81, fastest time ever from the starter. His teammate Donnie Lee coming over to celebrate as well out of Tuscaloosa. Both those guys will be Florida signees, be here in the fall running for Coach Holloway, Coach Spangler.
But we will go to Andres Arroyo, the senior from Florida first. He will start out at lane 5.
And Dwight, he has just been amazing this year. Was a semi-finalist in the Olympic Games, the man you see standing there in all white in the center, stepping back a bit. And I talked with one of his coaches. He said, boy, he brings it every single day to practice, totally focused, very, very hard worker, more than he's ever can remember him down at the University of Florida. Angles in blue on the right that our John Anderson has a man crush on, went snowboarding over Christmas and broke his collarbone. He does, and Arroyo decides to go wide there and see here's the home stretch duel.
Arroyo, a nice move to get out there, and Angles Fitness lets him down. Arroyo wins it, and very close there at the end for Blair Henderson, trying to take second from Craig Angles. I don't think he did it. Arroyo almost winning it wire to wire, only gave up the lead for about 30 meters.
I think
what I admire the most about track and field and the 800 would probably be the adrenaline rush that you get when you're starting the race. It's something that I feel like it's unique from all the other sports. You get up to that line, the guy says set, then it's all calm before as we say, the storm. So I'm very thankful for track and field. I've definitely met some great people, made some great connections through the sport. It has taught me to be humble, to continue, treating others as I would like to be treated, and it makes you appreciate the sport a lot. I can definitely say that track and field has definitely made me a better man.
I feel like my drive is just the will to get better. I feel like God has given me a talent, and I'm grateful for it. And I feel like if I don't take it to its true potential, it'll be just wasting a gift. Soon, we're going to start getting ready to start getting that peak. And when you're in that peak, that's when you run those fast times. So right now, we're just focused on the preparation and sitting with my coach. I feel like I shouldn't even focus on the championships. I should focus on my preparation, my events, my practice and everything, because it's the fundamentals that are going to win me that gold, not the race itself.
I think Andres' quietness made him different from the crowd. You often hear of the coined term a silent assassin. That's Andres. You hear the term the silent ninja. That's Andres. He doesn't speak a lot. He's not a flashy character, but when he steps on the track, he's coming to kill. That's something that most coaches love to see. Some coaches need that flash, not Andres. He's a very humble guy. You can see the fire burning inside the furnace, so to speak. And so it was funny when we started training. It was like, man, he's quiet, but he's focused. Man, he's silent, but he's putting in the work. And it was something that it was actually comforting to see, because nowadays you see a lot of kids who are very flashy. They need to have the parade and the confetti before they actually get the work done. Andres, on the other hand, looks at you, nods his head, goes out there, puts on the work. Then when track time comes, when that competition time comes, he's out there killing. And that's what it's all about.
Mi nombre es Welly Vázquez, soy atleta olímpico de Puerto Rico. Ya he ido a 2 Olimpiadas, Londres, Río, y pues esperamos llegar a Tokio 2020. Bueno, estamos aquí en un propósito para ayudar a Andrés, más con la motivación, como él también nos ayuda a nosotros. Y pues estoy aquí para ayudarle a coger los tiempos, a su preparación. Y pues nada, esperamos que él tenga una buena actuación en este mundial. Y por eso estamos siempre, para servirle a todo el mundo. Son 6,400.
6,400 a 58,59 con 90 segundos de
1, 2, 3. Vamos, vamos. Recuerda mantener la forma.
So a quality field. We're going to keep our eye on Winkle in 4 and Sawinski in 5. Did battle at the US Championships recently. Drew Winkle, well, he came third in the US Champs, racing for Portland Pulse here, and Eric Sawinski.
And then on top of that, you have Andres Arroyo, who finished second in men's 800 on Sunday in this event, fresh off an outstanding college career at the University of Florida.
So we're going to go through the first 400 meters. The Bell Road, who's 49.46 seconds.
Leader indoor world record holders, and he's a great start. Can he hold on for those final 200?
Well, they're kicking with 200 meters to go. The crowd are buzzing. Sawinski looks down. The red vest sticks his tongue out. He looks comfortable here. To be able to do it. Sawinski, keep an eye on the green vest on the inside. It's going to be tight.
What's always great when you have a good runner, but not just a good runner, but somebody that's, promotes the sport, is an ambassador for the sport, and does well in school and for the community, it's just so nice because the really your city, the community can rally behind them, and I think it really helps draw attention for other kids and to look at like, hey, this is something I'd like to be. And when Andres did so well, particularly at his senior year, and running one of the fastest time in the nation at that point, it just drew a lot of attention, locally and nationally to Central Florida and to the potential that we have here.
So in 2013, when Andres ran the 147.79, at the time it was the sixth fastest 800 of all times for high school athletes. So I graduated from Colonial, so this was pretty awesome having this. Watching this race where he ran at UF was very emotional for the whole team and us, especially because he ran there 2 years later at UF and competed there throughout his college career and all. And from this, we also have an awesome spike that he gave us after the race that he wore throughout the meets that he ran. But the most special part is that he actually wore the spike when he broke that record, which we have over in our spike area. So we have the spike that he donated to us, it's a Nike spike. It's got the 147-800. It's very lightweight, probably smells really bad, so we'll keep it away from our face. But yeah, it's a pretty emotional spike. Lots of good memories to this.
I think the big thing with the 144 was that we felt like that was coming at the NCAA championships or close to it. You know, we had the big crash in the final right in front of him, and he was ready to make his big move. And the big thing with that is that he was in incredible shape. So a lot of times when things like that happen, it's like people go into a panic. But I didn't panic. I knew what kind of shape he was in. I knew he was ready to run big. So I just was a matter of getting him in the right race. And the best thing was in his first race over in Portland, he texted me afterwards and he goes, "Coach, you know, it's a good race. I got second, but it was slow. I ran 146." And I texted him back, "You're going to run fast soon because you think 146 is slow." But when he first came to school here, that was fast. So I knew then he was going to be ready. And then when I got the text that he ran 144, I was just like, wow, he did it. You know, that was pretty cool. But like I said, his workouts, he had been doing some incredible things in training leading up to that. So we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of him getting in the right race. So.
What was interesting to see was how he made the transition from going from an entire season at the collegiate level, and it's very difficult as a coach. So, you know, I'd be very curious to see what Coach Holloway did different, what his game plan was to extend Andres past NCAAs and onto Worlds. Because it's very difficult to coach an athlete for a long period of time, especially when Coach Holloway has priorities, and his priority was winning a national championship. But I thought it was impressive to see Andres go from the NCAA championships to then going to 2 consecutive professional races and running a 144.98 in his last professional race, which is an incredible time, and really running against some of the fastest runners in the world.
The lane assignments in a short while. That's Wesley Vasquez on the outside. That's Joey Hibbert. Puerto Rico, Casimir Loxton of the United States, and Giovanni James of Jamaica rounding out this field.
Giovanni James in lane 1 is this year's high school boys champion.
4 hurdles and 800 meters in the full black. Takes the lead. It's like Sanchez of Puerto Rico gets into second, and Vasquez gets into
the 400 meter hurdles. And so he'll probably take them through 500 meters. And should get through the first lap just around 50 seconds flat.
He has the lead. Sanchez in second, the red vest, the blue shorts, and the field piling up behind them with Vasquez just in third. It's James. Sanchez goes to his outside on the backstretch and takes lead with 200 to go. Sanchez 1-3-2. James on the inside in the blue and the gold of sets. Sanchez leads into the straightaway, tries to keep the lead coming on his Arroyo of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico first, second, and third. Sanchez, Vasquez, and Arroyo. And it's Sanchez who comes through a comfortable win all the way here. Comes through to win it with his team.
You know, me not qualifying for the 800 was, to be honest, it wasn't a big deal for me. Go and qualify for the Central American Games. You can talk to my coach, you can talk to my agent. I was training and focused on the 15. My preparation was for the 15. So the fact that I didn't make it in the 800, it's a long season. The qualifying days or range, I felt like they wanted me to run fast too early. So we completely ignored that and just focused on the long season ahead. We didn't care if we qualified in the 15 or in the 8. We just knew that we had 2 spots open, so whichever got took, we'll qualify in the other one. Track and field, it's a win and lose sport, you know. You're not always gonna win races, you're not always gonna lose races. But other than that, track means a lot to me. Just keep progressing, keep getting faster, and everything should be all right.
about to run. He's going to go sub 150.
It's all Andres Arroyo going 4:04.45 in the 1600 earlier this year, and then World Cross Country representing Puerto Rico.
It's 3:01. Ring that bell. Andres, one lap to go. Let's see what he can do.
See just how smooth he looks right now. He is really pushing it down the backstretch. If he's got enough gas to take it all the way here, this will really be quick.
I'm losing my voice. This is one of the top guys.